and I see it as an art. And every time I get an opportunity to perform, it's a chance to put a creative outlet, to get everything, all the emotions, everything that you go through in your daily life, and you get to put it out there. No different than the way a painter does or the way a songwriter does.
Wrestling kind of helps you escape that reality, and it brings you into this fantasy land where you are, the center stage, and people look up to you, or people cheer you, or people boo you. But when it's all said and done, you entertain these people.
It's Corey Havoc and Rampage Rogers, the two rude dudes.
Just about 7 years I've been wrestling. Started training in April of 2005. Had my first match in July of 06, and probably close to 350 to 400 matches since then. My start in the business came when actually a good friend of mine, who was also my neighbor, we first started talking about wrestling, and he told me that he was in the business. So he started bringing me around to the shows that he was doing, and I met the promoters and the people who ran everything, and I started talking to them. And then in return for training and learning to be a wrestler, I started taking apart the ring and putting it back up and helping show set up, doing security for the events and all that.
I've been wrestling for about 15 and a half years now. I wrestle about at least 3 to 4 times a month, sometimes more than one time a night. The schedule's kind of slowed down a little bit. Dedicating time to wrestling has become very difficult, but for me it's become difficult having a regular job, the hours that I work, the family, it's the money aspect, it's become tighter. So to be able to prepare, it's not as much as I would like.
What I do for a living is I'm a librarian. That's the title of the job, at least. I work in this basement, and I transport and file x-rays and mammographies. I'm not home a lot, but when I am, it's usually just me and my girlfriend, who I live with now, and our dog. But between working during the day and training at night, home life is mostly just, eating dinner and going to sleep.
My regular job, my 9 to 5, I work for a school district as a custodian. I've been married 8 years now to my wife Jamie. We have 3 kids, 7, 5, and 3. When I'm not spending my time dealing with wrestling, I spend as much time as I can with the kids.
Steve as a husband is very devoted, especially now that he's getting older. He wants everything to be about family. He could probably care less if he gets to hang out with his friends anymore. He just wants to concentrate on me and the kids.
Steve and I first started off when Steve was coming back into the wrestling business after being off for several years. We started off as opponents, and that probably lasted, I want to say like 5 or 6 months. But sometime in that, we developed this chemistry that just worked really well, which led to us eventually being teamed together. And that's been, it feels like forever, but it's probably only been about a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
The highlight for me, which is probably maybe mocked a little bit in this business, is when me and my tag team partner Corey Havoc, we won the Captain Lou Albano tag team tournament this year with the company we wrestle for.
Tonight, my partner and I are teaming up with JT Highlander in a 6-man tag team match. I'm not exactly sure who my opponents are just yet. I'll find out when I get to the back.
being in this business for 15 years, I've definitely learned one thing, and that's if I had known what I know now, I probably never would have decided to get involved with this.
It's hard to say if I would continue doing this for the rest of my life. I can't say there hasn't been times already where I've contemplated quitting, but anytime you walk away from it, there's something that always brings you back. Roddy Piper called it the sickness. You see guys who are in their 60s and sometimes even 70s who are completely broken down, but they just can't get away from it. And you don't know if it's just that they don't know how to do anything else because this is all they've done their life, or if it's an addiction that they just can't get away from, but it's hard to say.